Time Warner Cable is pleased to be an underwriting sponsor for Carolina Week.
Coming up on the February 18th edition of Carolina Week.
I'm Erin Franklin. Coming up, I'll tell you about one student who's doing her part as the drought continues.
We're checking on student body president J.J. Rayner in her first week in office.
In sports, how did the Heels handle the Hokies without Ty Lawson?
Weathercaster Mallory Nichols will tell us if the spring-like conditions are going to last.
All that in a tour tailored for you. Carolina Week starts right now.
From the James F. Goodman Studio in the School of Journalism and Mass Communication at the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill, connecting campus and community, this is Carolina Week.
Hello and welcome to the Monday edition of Carolina Week. I'm Carly Swain.
And I'm Jonathan O. Thank you for joining us. Well, with only 2 days left, the Water Conservation Challenge against NC State is quickly coming to an end. Now, although State had the lead after the first month of the challenge, reports now show that UNC is ahead. The schools are judged in 3 categories, including highest gross reduction, highest percentage of reduction, and lowest average amount used. UNC is currently winning 2 categories. The challenge ends on Wednesday when the 2 schools meet again on the basketball court. Now, Orange County could be in Stage 3 water restrictions by the end of the month. Reporter Erin Franklin is in Carroll Hall. Erin, this is something we all need to take seriously.
It is, Johnny, and many students on campus are making greater efforts to conserve water. I spent the day with one student who's made lifestyle changes to limit water waste. Claire Tromba begins her daily routine like most people, only she uses much less water.
A big pet peeve of mine is leaving the water running when you brush your teeth or wash your face, just because it's not doing anything. It's just going down the drain.
The average student uses more than 80 gallons of water per day, and Tromba says that's way too much.
People don't understand that there is such thing as wasting water because they just feel like you can extract it as much as you want from the tap, and there's always going to be something there, and that's not true.
Tromba says there are easy ways you can save water during everyday tasks.
And in order to conserve water, I usually fill up one of the sides of the sink. It's also more efficient to do a lot of dishes at once. You can get more dishes clean with less water, in a way.
And why stop in the kitchen? Students can also limit water waste in the laundry room.
I like to wash jeans by themselves, so if I don't have very many jeans to wash, I'll ask around with my friends and see if we can all wash collectively. I just try to do as little laundry as possible because I also don't really enjoy doing it.
Whether or not conserving water conflicts with convenience, Tromba says everyone has a social duty to use water wisely.
I think that people can make a change, and they should.
Johnny, this shows how important it is for us to pay attention to our daily consumption of water.
Erin Franklin outside the newsroom. Thanks, Erin.
Even as citizens are working hard to conserve water, the forecast for Orange County's water supply isn't looking good. University Lake is one of the main water supplies, is now at 40% of its capacity, a big drop since January. There's only 165 million gallons of water left in the lake, equivalent to 6 months' worth of water. University Lake is almost 7 feet below normal level, and OWASA says little improvement is expected through early spring when reservoirs typically refill. And joining us today is Associate Professor in the Department of Geography, Charles Conrad, to give us a little insight about why we're in such a sustained period of drought. Thanks for being here today, Professor Conrad.
There's a couple of reasons we have, such a serious drought going on here. Big thing is we have a really big rainfall deficit over the last year. That's the main reason, but when we look back in the past, we've seen some worse rainfall deficits, but what's really added to it is the fact that we had a heat wave last summer, so water use went way up. And of course, as everybody knows around here, there are a lot more people moving into this area, put a lot more of a drain on the water resources.
And how much longer are we looking at this drought, Professor?
That's really a hard question to answer. In one way we could say the drought's kind of asleep right now. It seems kind of wet out there, the soils and so forth, but bodies of water are still pretty low, the reservoirs that we get our water from. It all depends really on how much rain we get in the next couple of months.
Who is it in our area that's going to be hit the hardest with this drought?
Well, obviously the people, the industries that use the water, I would say power washing businesses, car washes, that sort of thing.
And what does this mean for the spring?
Well, again, that's really a hard question to answer. You know, let's hope that we keep on getting rainfall. We're down a little bit in terms of rainfall this year, but if we keep getting it, I think things will get a little bit better, but it's going to take a lot of rain to really get us out of this drought.
All right. Now, how can students here at UNC make a bit of a difference?
Well, I've already heard some really good ideas, but I think by far the biggest thing students need to do is take short showers.
Professor Charles Conrad live in our newsroom. Thank you, Professor.
You're welcome.
Today's President's Day, and in honor of that, we're taking a look at all things political.
That's right. Coming up, we'll show you what some presidential hopefuls and president-elects have been up to.